So I want to do a video on factoring trinomials if a is greater than 1. And by now you should know that a trinomial has this form, and a is the leading coefficient of the greatest exponent, the greatest power. And so I do this a very specific way, and I'm going to show you. And there are other methods, but I like this method the best. First thing I do is I remove common factors if possible. And in this example, there are no common factors. So I said, okay, so I then take a look at my values of my A value is 4, my B value is 4, and my C value is -3. I multiply A times C. And so I get my A there, my B there, and my C here. And so the product of A times C is -12. At this point in time, I don't really care about the sign. I just don't. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply A times C, and then I'm going to find the factors of A times C, which are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. And I just realized I forgot a step in my list, but that's fine. I'll sub it in. It says find the pair that get to B. Well, B is 4, so it's not going to be that one. It's not going to be that one. It's going to be 2 and 6. And here's the step that I missed. What you have to do now is you write your two parentheses, two pairs of parentheses, and you put in AX and AX, assuming X is your variable, immediately. And so here, my A was 4, so I'm going to put in 4X and 4X. And this is the part that kind of freaks everyone out. 4X times 4X is 16X squared, which is not 4X squared, which is not what we want. And the reason why that's okay, the reason why I'm doing that is because normally we don't want to multiply A times C. We just find the factors of C. But here, we're finding the factors of A times C. And if you'll notice, A is 4, which is how much extra we put in. So I'm going to put in my 2 and my 6. And now I'm going to apply my signs. I know one's positive, one's negative. This is negative, C is negative, so one of them has to be negative. Well, the 4 is positive, so my larger number is positive. My smaller number is negative. It says use your purpose signs. Factor out A. And what I mean by that is I can factor out a 2 from this, and I'm left with 2x minus 1. And I can factor out a 2 from this, and that's 2x plus 3. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, which was A, the value of A. And that's how much extra we put in at the very beginning. Right there. Which is why we can take it back out. So our final answer is 2x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. If I FOIL this, I get 4x squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 3, which is what I started with. Ta-da! Short and sweet. I'm going to do another example. And let's see, I'm going to just grab an example and hope it's a nice one. Let's try one where things are oh, here's a good one. Negative 6x squared minus 3x plus 15. Alright, my A is a negative 6, and that's, oh god, this just pains me. So what I'm going to do is, I also notice that all of these have a factor of 3. So I'm actually going to divide by a negative 3. I'm going to factor out a negative 3, and that becomes a positive 2x squared. Oh, much better. Plus x becomes a negative 5. I'd much rather work with a negative 5 than a negative 6x squared. So now, my A is 2, my B is 1, and my C is once again a negative 5. Well, it's a negative, but I don't care about that. So I say, what's my A times C? I'm going to get 2 times 5, which is 10. And like I said, it's really negative 10, but I don't necessarily care about that either. But my factors are nice. I get 2 and 5. Let's see. Did I do this right? That's the right question. -6x squared. Oh, you know why? This is supposed to be a 45. Sorry. So that would be a -15. Ugh. No, something was off. So -15. Sorry, that should have been a 45 in the beginning. So now my factors are, it's 2 times -15, which gives me a -30, but like I said, don't care about that. 3 and 10 and 4 does not work. 5 and 6. 5 and 6 is going to be gorgeous because I needed to get to 1. I have to keep this -3. And now I use the, I'm going to plug in my AX, which is going to be 2x and 2x. Now remember, when at the end, I should be able to factor out a 2. I have a 5 and a 6. I use the appropriate signs. The 6 has to be positive, the 5 has to be negative because the x is positive and my b is positive, my c is negative. Here, I can't factor anything out, but here I can factor out the 2. Keep that 3. I'm going to factor out the 2. X plus 3, you get the 2, but that 2 has to go away because I added in 2 extra. That's it. Hope this makes sense. Hope you can use it.